Welcome to Love Bites. Love Bites. Love Bites. Love Bites. By Dr. Tara, your destination for sexual wellness and mindful relationship advice. Hope you're having an orgasmic day.
Guys, if you're not lasting as long as you would like in bed, then you need to know about Steady Freddy. Steady Freddy is a doctor-created, clinically tested delay spray for men formulated to reduce overstimulation without taking away the pleasurable sensations of sex. Whether you suffer from premature ejaculation or just want to last longer, Steady Freddy Delay Spray is an easy-to-use and effective solution. For a limited time, you can receive 15% off using code LOVEBITES. Go to steadyfreddy.com to learn more. Again, that's a promo code LOVEBITES to save 15%. Always be ready with Steady Freddy. Learn more at steadyfreddy.com. People are wondering about me, but I'm all about creating my own narrative. So here's my tell-all. I'm here with Mirabella. She's a media producer and a good friend, and she's going to interview me.
This amazing, beautiful woman.
Period. I don't remember exactly what age, but I just remember when I was really young, I was already playing with the bidet, which is like the thing in the bathroom that shoots water.
Americans have no idea what that
No,
is.
Americans don't have bidets, but in Thailand, everyone has a bidet. And I was playing with that and I was like, oh, it feels good. I didn't even know it was like the clitoris, but my pussy felt good. And I was young and I just was very curious. I would say I lived a lot of my life on the internet because I'm older. When I was young, it was the dial-up internet.
Oh my gosh.
Where it goes, and then like it takes forever to connect. And then you have to go to the website, which I didn't go to Pornhub back then. I don't remember anymore what I went to, but it's a porn site. I have to wait for it to load, which takes forever.
And
but
it was super loud, right? As you're waiting?
Yeah. And I just remember that I was very curious about sex, which made me feel bad because in my culture, it is consistently shown in media, magazines, other outlets that good girls are not sexual.
I see.
Good girls are innocent.
Thailand is like super conservative.
Very
especially when
sexually
it comes to
conservative.
Very sexually
Yeah.
conservative. Were your parents very sexually conservative as well? They subscribe to that? I see. So was that really difficult for you? Were you not able to talk about sex with them?
Oh, hell no.
I see.
No, we did not talk about sex.
Wow. No one would think that.
Right.
You just seem like the type of person that's been talking about sex forever.
Right.
So
right.
it's very surprising to hear that your parents were like, no, we're not going to talk about it.
No, and they are adjusting now.
Really?
But no, back then when I was young, no, hell no, nothing about sex. And if there's sex scene, they will like cover my eyes.
Oh, really?
Or like they will like fast forward. Yeah.
Were you super curious about sex scenes too? Were you like, I really want to watch this?
I was a horny little kid. Like,
Weren't we all? Aren't we all? Let's be honest.
I really was, and I just didn't know how to deal with it.
That
And I
totally
feel
makes
like a
sense.
lot of people have this experience.
Yeah.
I feel like I am not alone because the more people I talk to, the more I realize my experience is universal.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's very true. Tell me about your first sexual experience. So when you were 13, you had your first experience and it was with a woman. Did you always know that you were attracted to women?
No.
Did it just happen?
Yes.
What happened? Tell me about them.
I went to an all-girls school. I finished middle school from that all-girls school. It was a convent school.
A convent school? Oh, super conservative.
Yes, it's a Catholic convent school with like nuns as principal. The principal is a nun.
Jesus. And you're already like this sexual
And
kid.
we had like mass and all of those things. We say like in the name of the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit every day. So that was middle school.
Okay.
We were all hanging out with a couple of girls above my grade.
Okay.
And one of my friends has this baller home, like 7-story with elevator.
God.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many wealthy kids in that school. We were always hanging out at her house. These other people in the grade above us were there. And I mean, everyone's girls, right? Because it's all girls school.
It's an all-girls school.
In Thai culture, we call girls that are masculine tomboy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, instead of lesbian, we say tomboy.
Okay.
And they are the masculine girls that are tomboys. And I was into one of them. She was into me. So at that night when we were all hanging out there, we kissed, we made out, you know, she kissed my neck, like she gave me a hickey on my neck. And that
Did you
was
have to
like
hide it
the
from your
first. Yeah, I did. I tried to like put concealer on it, but that was like the first sexual experience in my life. And it was with a girl. Yeah, but I did not know that I liked girls. It was just a norm in my school. Everyone just liked each other.
Oh, I see. So it
Yeah.
was just more open
I think
then?
it's kind of normal in all girls school.
Did you hear about other people having these experiences too and that
Yes.
normalized it for you?
Oh, so in my school, people were like hooking up. They're the masculine ones that are like tomboys,
I
and
see.
then the feminine ones, and then they all like kind of become like girlfriends.
Wow.
Couple up or hook up. Very common. My sister, who's 5 years older, also did the same thing. She went to all girls school. Yeah.
Did your parents know?
I think so. I think they knew, but again, all parents, they don't ever say.
Oh, so it was like hush hush. We're not going to
It's just
talk
like,
about it.
yeah, don't ask, don't tell.
How did this relationship shape your view on sex?
Honestly, I think if anything, I was just so young, but
Yeah.
if anything, it helped me see sex as a very fluid thing. That sex is not penetration, man, woman.
Yeah.
Obviously not, because I had this sexual experience with this girl and my pussy got wet from that all that like making out. So I just knew that you can have attraction to anyone and sexual experiences can be enjoyable between anyone that you are interested in.
So it opened up your mind a little bit to new
Yeah.
experiences.
Yeah, good start.
Oh, a good start. A good
Yeah.
start. One of the themes surrounding your views on sex and intimacy was a desire to experience sexual chemistry. Why do you think finding and experiencing sexual chemistry became so important to you?
This is tough because then I would have to involve my previous partners. But I think that sexual chemistry is so important for me now because for the longest time,
Yeah.
ever since I started actively dating, I have barely felt sexual chemistry with anyone, including my previous long-term relationship, marriage. So I think sexual chemistry, now that I have it, now that I'm in this current relationship full of sexual chemistry, I now know what I've been missing. And sexual chemistry, I don't care what anybody says. When you have it, you'll know how good it is. I know that there's a whole narrative about love grows in a long-term period and you don't need sexual chemistry to be in a good relationship. I agree. You don't need sexual chemistry to be in a good relationship. But is it the best relationship you can have? I don't know, man. You gotta experience it for yourself.
So you moved to LA to get your master's in interpersonal communication at Cal State LA. So let's set the scene. You're an immigrant in a new country, a new city, with arguably the most competitive, most beautiful people in the world. How did you feel?
Honestly, when I first came here, I loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
Like I said, I was this very sexually curious kid and I was everywhere around the world because I went to Finland briefly for high school.
Oh, right.
And then when I first came here, because of how open, I mean, it is very socially open, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Yes,
You live
absolutely.
here now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, lived here
It
my
is-
entire life.
Oh, okay. So you know how open it is comparing to other parts of the world?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Everything's
so
different. Yeah.
When I
its own
first
little
came
bubble.
here, I honestly really liked it. And I went to this sex toy shop. My eyes were just opened. And I didn't know that everything can be out and open and pretty and accepting. And let's talk about all these toys and see which one works best.
Nice.
And, you know, rather than
Yeah.
like, oh, this dark alley. So I never had a sex toy back home. I wouldn't have known where to get one. So
Right.
when I came here, when I got one, it felt very empowering. I also started watching like American sex related TVs like Sex and the City.
I love Sex in the City. It's my
Okay.
favorite show on the entire
Is
planet.
it?
Yes. I've
Okay.
watched it like a million times. I love Sex in the
Girl,
City.
me too. Me too. So I remember watching it and I remember thinking, damn, maybe I'm Asian Samantha Jones. And it's just never been accepted in my culture.
Oh my gosh. So you're a Samantha for sure.
I know.
Which is a little obvious.
I know I am
But-
a Samantha. Yeah. Yes.
People say that we're all the four of them at some point in our
I
lives.
agree,
Do you feel like you're
yeah.
more Samantha now and then you were maybe like a Carrie or a Charlotte before?
I'm a combination of everyone.
I see.
I'm sexually liberated
Yeah.
like Samantha. I'm a hopeless romantic like Carrie. I love some traditions like Charlotte.
Really?
And I work really hard like Miranda.
So when you say tradition, does that come from your family or is it just like values that you've had and created?
Well, you know, you can't discount my family and culture because that's who I am. I'm a
Right.
product of that. So I would say the fact that I like some traditional values, it's probably from that. Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm traditional, not at all. I'm non-traditional
Yeah.
as fuck.
That's why I was surprised when you
Like
said
I
that.
will have group sex here, but there are some traditional things that I value.
Yeah.
Yeah. taking care of your parents, things like that.
Those values that you were taught throughout your culture, like
Being
that.
family oriented. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that that's huge in immigrant culture. I mean, same for me as a Latino, that's extremely important. So you breezed through your master's in 2 years, and just in case the children are losing count, that's 2 degrees down, people. You're like, let's get another one. Decide to start your PhD program at ASU with renowned professors that research relationships. Take me back to that time. Did you feel successful? Were you proud of yourself?
Oh, that's a heavy question. Did you feel successful? No.
No?
No.
After everything that you've done, moving to LA as
I'm
an
a
immigrant.
Perfectionist. No.
It's her Virgo energy.
It is definitely
Totally
Virgo
Virgo.
energy. I have some of that Beyonce energy. No, after my master's, I was like, oh, everybody has a master's degree.
Really? That's how you felt?
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's how I truly felt. So I was like, oh, I'm going to differentiate myself and do something else. And it was either go home, do some businesses in Thailand, or stay here and go to a PhD program. My advisor in the master's program said, you should totally get a PhD. Like, you're capable and you'll be so good at it. So props to her, Dr. Melissa Brockman Post, and then got full ride scholarship.
A full ride scholarship?
Yeah, free, girl. My PhD was free.
Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah, and started teaching there immediately. Well, I started teaching actually since the master's program. I taught oral communication, not oral sex.
Not to be confused with.
Not to be confused with oral sex. Oral communication is basically public speaking. So I taught public speaking there. And then when I got a position as a PhD student plus an instructor at Arizona State University, I moved there and studying relationships with professors that were famous at studying relationships. And it was really cool. I did not feel successful, but I did feel good for where I was at. I think I was meant to do this.
Does that really help, that public speaking background, with what you're doing now, like
Hell
as
yeah.
a public figure?
Yeah.
Has that really helped you?
100%. Everything is public speaking.
Yeah.
All my TikTok videos are public speaking. Going on different shows is public speaking, you know.
Do you still get nervous?
Yes. So the PhD program was amazing. I lived in Arizona for 4 years. And when people like to make fun of Arizona State being a party school, like,
People say that it's a
yeah,
party
they
school.
say that a lot. They say that a lot. They're like, oh, of course you went to ASU. I'm like, please look up the PhD program at the Hugh Down School and how difficult it is to get in and how small the cohort is. Then you'll know that it is not easy.
It's such a big accomplishment because English is not your first language.
English is not my first language.
And so it must have been so hard. And you were telling me that you also wrote a book. You've also
I wrote two books.
2 books.
I wrote 2 textbooks.
And English is not your first language.
Nope.
And still, that's so amazing.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank
you know?
you.
And we'll get more into your success in a second. But let's fast forward
Yeah.
to after how you graduated with your doctoral degree. So you get your dream job as a professor at Cal State Fullerton. Go Titans! You're swiping on Tinder and you swipe right and match with this guy. He's handsome, successful, nice. He's the perfect on-paper boyfriend. So you give it a try and y'all got married fast. Why the decision to rush into a marriage?
Societal pressure. My background is very conservative, right? Family oriented, conservative. Like, you get married young, you have kids, you support your husband. So while I was flourishing, like academically,
Yeah. All the
I
success behind you.
felt like I was behind in personal life. So after I got a job as a professor, I'm like, okay, now I'm set. I am a university professor,
Yeah.
really good pay, really good insurance. Now it's time to find a husband.
Yeah.
Because my parents, and I can't blame them because they only know what they know, right? And what they know is we want you to get married, settle down, and like have a happy home life.
Wow. So even after all of the success, your family's first goal for you was like get married, have children.
I mean, they were really excited about all of my accomplishments, but they were concerned because, again, I am abroad alone. I am in the United States by myself. My whole family is in Thailand. So for them, it's like more about security and they want me to find a husband, someone to take care of me. So I understand the motive. And, you know, at that time, I was like, okay, yeah, like I'm settled, my job's settled, let's find a husband. Like you said, swipe right on this guy, perfect on paper. And I mean, he's a good human. He's a good person. Like I kind of preview in our earlier question how we didn't have chemistry. And I was hoping that I could build chemistry, that I will build it with my two hands. I am a perfectionist. Like this will happen. You know, he's a perfect man. He has everything. He checked all the boxes except chemistry. It's okay. I will build it.
So you put yourself aside because you were like, the way that this
He's
relationship
perfect.
looks.
My parents thought he was perfect. I thought he was perfect. So I'm like, let's do it. Let's get married.
Was that such a struggle for you? Or did you kind of just go into the marriage like, well, I'm going to try my best and, you know, it's going to happen because I'm going to work hard.
I'm a go-getter.
I know you are. I think that's the one thing everybody knows about you, T. Everybody knows that about you.
I'm a go-getter. So I went into it like, this is going to be the most successful marriage ever. Wah, wah.
No. So during your marriage, you went through a spiritual awakening where you started to learn more about yourself and what you wanted in life. Tell me about that.
I have to give him props for this, my ex-husband, because he was very spiritual and
Oh, really?
I got super spiritual from that. But we both got spiritual and I think that had made me realize I wasn't in the right relationship.
That's what
The
pushed
spiritual
you.
awakening, yeah, because the spiritual awakening came first. Then my sexual awakening. Because with the spiritual awakening, it sounds woo-woo. So let me explain like what I went through.
Yes, please.
What I mean when I had spiritual awakening was I started to pray every day. And I don't pray to anyone specifically. I pray to a higher being, universe. I pray to my ancestors because that's like kind of common in my culture. I pray to my ancestors a lot. But I would pray every day. And I still do. And I meditate every day.
Okay.
This meditation had helped me go inward and understand this discontentment that I had always had, even with the seemingly perfect life. Right? Because I was married, my job was amazing, my friends were amazing, we were financially well off. It seems like we had everything. We lived by the ocean.
Oh,
but
wow.
it seems like we had everything.
Yeah.
But I always felt discontentment in my heart and I just didn't know what it was. And he knows this too, because I have said it multiple times in our relationship, how like I don't feel good.
Why did you not feel good?
Passion.
It's what was lacking?
Lack of passion. I didn't know then. I did not know for many years. And with that spiritual awakening where I got in touch with myself, I prayed to the universe and my ancestors and God, I finally realized this discontentment comes from the lack of fire inside me, the fire I very much need in order to live the most fulfilling life. And when I first realized I needed passion, then I started studying more about sex. All of this was happening concurrently. My boss at Cal State Fullerton was like, oh, you should teach sexual communication. It will be very popular. So I started teaching that class.
Wait,
And while
so it wasn't your idea first?
no, actually, my boss was like, Tara, you should teach sexual communication.
What?
Yeah, so I started teaching the sex class because my department chair, John Brushke, told me he saw something in me. He's like, you should teach us this class. Yeah, so I started
Wow.
teaching this class very early on in my career, and I've taught it ever since then. And we co-wrote the textbook together.
Right.
But that was happening, and then my personal sexual awakening was happening. Plus, I was conducting a bunch of empirical research on sex.
Right.
So I was learning about sex from every aspect, every angle, every day. Sex, passion, wellness, sexual confidence. So with that dive, I learned like shit, I wasn't sexually happy. It's not my fault. It's not his fault. We just didn't have chemistry. We didn't have chemistry. And I was hoping we would build it, but we couldn't. So I had to leave. And that was it. It was a very difficult decision. It was very scary. I would say, though, that I strongly believe we are both living our best lives now.
Right.
And I appreciate him. I appreciate all the things that he has taught me. And I think that divorce not only has taught me to be a stronger woman, to trust her gut, to speak her mind, but also it allows me to understand, dude, millions of people who got a divorce and who are thinking about divorce. I mean, 44.2% divorce rate.
Wow.
Half, like almost half of the people are getting a divorce or got a divorce. So I understand you completely.
Do you think that it's because people want that societally perfect marriage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's the facade, right? It's the ideal. Like, this is what I want. I want a perfect marriage and it has to look this way. But even though I don't feel good inside, I say, fuck
so
that. Feeling good inside is the only thing that matters.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That needs to be showcased more.
I agree.
Like what matters on the inside and how you feel is so important.
It's
and don't
so
let
important.
anybody take that away from you. What I wanted to ask is you were the one who ended up saying, I love you, but I love myself more. And you chose to end the marriage like we were just talking about. How did that feel?
Liberating.
Liberating to say, I'm done.
It was very liberating. It's a huge transformational moment for my personal life and for my growth. I was holding on to him for so long because I was comfortable with the comfort. It was a comfortable relationship. We both relied on each other. And I know that millions of people are in that position where it's like, why would I leave? It's comfortable. But you don't know what's on the other side.
What would you say to people listening who are dealing with a sexless marriage or are going through the pain of divorce?
It gets better. It gets better and it can be amazing. See it as an opportunity, a new beginning, and you have clean slate. Do what the fuck ever you have always wanted to do.
Exactly.
Live your best life. Feel good on the inside. Looks good on the outside. Like, I mean, it's all amazing from then on if you choose for it to be amazing. Now, some people choose to live in victimhood forever, right?
What do you mean by victimhood?
That divorce took so much out of me. That marriage took so much out of me. And you just refuse to come back. And you live in that, oh, I'm just going to be sad and miserable forever. I mean, it's your prerogative if you want to. But let me tell you, it is a lot sweeter when you take ownership of what had happened. Like, yes, I had that experience. I don't regret it, but it's over. And now it's my time to shine and live my best life and my full truth.
To live your truth.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Live your truth.
Now let's get into the fun part. Let's talk about the greatest love story of all time. Let's talk about you and Brent. Tell us about him. How did you guys meet?
Well, we actually met on the plane.
This is such a cool story.
Yeah, we met on a plane. We sat next to each other. We talked the whole time. Although when we met, we were both with somebody else.
Right, you were with your ex, right?
Yeah, and he was with his girlfriend. Something that I usually tell my clients is sometimes the right person comes in the wrong time. You just have to trust the universe and trust that what's meant for you is going to come back.
When you first met him, like, what did it feel like?
Electric. But I
Really?
was trying to deny it. Yeah, it felt electric. But I was trying to deny it because, again, I was trying to be a goody, good wife. He was also in a relationship. But yeah, we finally made it happen and we're now together. And honestly, with this relationship, I am very proactive.
What does that mean?
I try to make sure that we are always on the same page. We're always communicating. We're always happy. I ask him if there was ever a time where I misstep or I do something that cause negative emotions, discomfort, you have to tell me. I wouldn't know. We're not gods. We can't read each other's minds. I will tell you when I don't like something and you have to tell me and we need to find a solution.
You're consistently asking him questions.
Consistently. We are always communicating, but like he will tell you too, and I think we should do another episode with him.
Oh, heck yeah.
We are 95% always happy.
I love that.
Because of that proactive communication.
Just because you keep asking questions, you care so much about the relationship and you want it to grow.
I maintain the hell out of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I guess that's great to let other people know that as well, that you have to continue to take care of your relationship. You can't just expect it to be perfect out of nowhere. You have to put in that work, and that's what you do. You help people realize that through sex, through communication, and that's what I feel like makes you so special. You finally started feeling the sexual chemistry you've been searching for your entire life. What does it feel like with you and Brent, and is it everything like you imagined?
Yes.
So you said electric.
Electric.
So
Yeah.
that's so interesting because some people haven't felt sexual chemistry. So can you just describe it in some type of way?
When I see him, it makes me really happy. When I see him, I'm very excited. When I see him, I want to like touch him. I want to like hug him, touch him, kiss him, and other things. When I see him, I feel good. I would say all of that would mean electric. You know, now that we've been together a couple of years, I would say that I have never felt like this with anyone in my entire life. And I have dated so many people. Girl, I have dated so many people.
Oh, another podcast episode.
Yeah. I lost count. And I just never had this. I am so blessed to have this.
I think people are a little bit obsessed with the relationship because it looks amazing. Just knowing you, how happy you look around him, and how well you guys mend together. Like, he catches you when you fall. And it's so fun to view and to be a part of, even from an outside perspective. So let's talk about the ultimatum that kickstarted your new life.
Oh.
I love this story.
I think a lot of women will like this. We were kind of like talking already, like casually, but I told him one of the non-negotiables I have was to have children. And I told him, I want to have children. If you don't want to have children, this needs to end.
You're like
we can be friends, but this needs to end. You have to let me go. I have to date other people and find my person.
Yeah.
I want children. And I have to say, like, he used to say he didn't want children.
Really?
He told me that it's because he just haven't met the right girl. So he has always said, yeah, I don't really want children. If I don't have one, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
So to me, that was a lot of uncertainty because my goal was to have a big family. I gave him that ultimatum that was, hey, if you don't want children, you must let me know tomorrow. And this needs to end. I need to move on.
Because you already had that past marriage. And it's like, at this point, I'm getting what I want.
I'm getting what I want.
Yeah.
And I want you to get what you want.
Yeah.
And if this is not what you want, you have to tell me. So yeah, that ultimatum kicked off everything because the next day he's like, I want to have babies with you.
Oh my gosh. He switched like a dime.
Dude, he switched like literally like he didn't even think about it. It was just
my God.
You know what? I want to have your babies and let's do it. I want to have a baby with you. I want to have a family with you. Now that I thought about the future, I can't think about a future without you. So let's do it. Let's have kids.
Wow. And now he's your fiance, right?
He is now my fiance.
How did he propose?
He proposed at our favorite place of all time.
Oh my God, what is it?
The Huntington Library.
Oh,
the gardens.
Huntington Library. It's so cute.
It's so beautiful.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
It's a little cliche because he actually proposed in the Chinese garden.
Oh my God.
Racist.
Do you call him out for that still? You're like,
no,
really?
We were just laughing about it. He knows that there was a specific spot in the Chinese garden that I like to stop and breathe and just be. We usually stop at that spot a lot and just enjoy the moment for like 5-10 minutes.
Did you know it was going to happen?
No.
No?
So we went there just like our regular routine. We go there like a lot. We're members. And
okay. Nice.
We're members. We go there a lot. We just walk around. I wasn't even dressed. Like I wasn't like I didn't look
Girl,
nice.
did you have your nails done? That's what everybody.
No.
Oh my
it was
God.
Like maybe third week.
Brent, you did her dirty. We're gonna have a talk about this.
I didn't have makeup on, but I was there. I was standing, like receiving good vibes from that spot. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go pee. I'll be back." I'm like, "Okay." So he went to the bathroom. I'm just sitting there looking outside. He's like, "Hey, Tara," and I turned around. He was like on one knee, and the rest is history.
Oh my gosh. And now we have this amazing relationship that we can talk about on this podcast and that I know everybody is so interested in because you guys just look amazing together. Honestly,
we feel amazing. We feel really good. And, you know, regardless of what it looks like, I feel super good. And I know he does too. And we will always have that because we both have stressful lives. Our businesses are growing and it's stressful. But at the end of the day, we always say, even if we lose everything, it doesn't matter because we have each other.
Oh, my heart. Oh, that's so beautiful.
That's the truth. The truth is, if I lose everything, I lose my TikTok account, lose all the followers, lose my job, it wouldn't matter because I have Brent and I know I can rebuild.
Well, thank you so much for telling me about your guys' story. I love hearing about it, and I'm sure everybody is excited that we got the story, the full thing. Like, what happened?
Thank you for asking.
Oh my gosh, anytime. It's my job. Fast forward to now, our third fast forward. So you've created a sexual empire with over 1 million followers on TikTok. Congratulations, by the way.
And props to my assistant, Adam.
Adam. Hi, Adam. Little wave. 54 podcast episodes dedicated to patrons becoming sexually powerful, 2 textbooks, a successful relationship coaching practice, multiple features in the likes of Cosmopolitan, Women's Health, and Hello Giggles, a TED Talk called Becoming Sexually Powerful, and a TV show coming soon. Geez, I'm out of breath. How do you feel?
I'm out of breath.
That was a lot for you too. You're winded. So am I. Completely winded.
I feel orgasmic.
Circle back.
It feels amazing. It feels amazing to live my truth every single day. I wouldn't trade this for anything. I love wearing all the hats of all the things you said. Author, speaker, coach, TV personality, TikTok, sex educator. Love it. I love it all. Absolutely love it. Do you know the Japanese concept called ikigai?
No, tell me about it.
So it's a concept that talks about how when you do what you love, it doesn't feel like you're working. You're in a flow state. You've heard of the term flow state.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so ikigai is like your passion. It's like the one thing that you're supposed to do in life. Your ikigai. This is my ikigai. This is what I was meant to do, what I was born to do, what I was prepared to do.
Wow.
I mean, my whole life is about this.
Yeah, it
My
led up
whole
to this.
life, my last name.
Okay, can you pronounce your last name for everybody?
Suwin Yati Chai Porn.
All right, we're going to attempt together.
My friend actually taught me how to teach other people.
Oh my God, please.
You sue someone, then you win. You go on a yacht, you drink some tea, which is a chai, and you watch some porn. Suwin Yati Chai Porn.
Suinyati. Dang it.
So close, so close.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say my whole life, everything I've worked for, right? My PhD,
Yeah.
all my research is published.
Yes.
Working to get tenure at age 33. I mean, the
Iconic.
youngest person at Cal State Fullerton to
Literally
get tenure.
iconic.
I think one of the youngest. I shouldn't say the youngest, but
For this podcast, she is the youngest.
one of the youngest people to
Yeah.
have earned tenure, which is a very difficult thing in an
Yeah.
American university system. And,
And
English
remember,
is not my first
I
language.
was just about to say, she's an immigrant. English was not her first language.
Right,
It's
so-
fabulous. It's amazing.
Everything that I've worked for has led me to this moment. I'm not just, oh, one day I'm going to pick up TikTok and teach all these sex stuff. I know my shit.
Yeah,
And
you do.
the cool thing is because people can literally go Google me and see all of these accomplishments.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of backlash. You know, I see a lot of influencers that get these nasty comments that are like, what even your credentials? What are you like? What?
Yeah.
Why do you deserve to do this? I'm like, Google me and you know why I deserve to do this.
Yeah.
There's no contest. You can literally see all my CV is fucking long. You
Long
want to
and
see my
beautiful.
whole CV?
Yeah, can we put it at the end of the podcast?
It's 30 pages.
Oh my God. Never mind, that's too much. I can't even read that much, honestly.
So I know that I am supposed to do what I'm supposed to do, and if I die tomorrow, I would be happy. People know me as the sex lady.
The sex lady. The sex,
The sex
goddess.
professor.
The sex professor lady.
Yes.
I asked you a little while ago in this podcast, do you feel successful? Do you feel successful now?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people
But I
can
have
say that.
high standards.
Yes,
so
you do. Yes. That's very true.
I worked really hard for the last 20 years to get here. And I would say, yes, I feel successful. I feel content. I love growing though. So growing from now on is just like cherry on top.
I see. So when we first met, you told me that you wanted to be the Oprah of sex. What does this mean, and is this still true?
It's still true.
Yeah.
Oprah of sex.
I love that. It was our first podcast together, and she was like, I want to be the Oprah of sex. And I was like, girl, what does that mean? Like, that's so interesting.
A badass bitch like Oprah.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Oprah.
But shout out. But basically, I think I'm in a very good position to bring sex, sexuality, and sexual wellness to mass media.
Yeah.
And I want to be that person. The person where people is like, oh, have you seen that show? It's all about sex, and it makes me feel more comfortable about sex. It helped me learn more about sex, expand my horizon about sex. The same way Oprah has done for her viewers for 30 years or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that that's not an unreachable dream because I'm working towards it.
Well, you are the Oprah of sex to me.
Thank you.
And I'm sure to everybody listening as well.
Thank you, babe.
So, what impact would you like to leave on the world, and how would you want the people in your life to remember you?
I want the world to be more sexually liberated.
Yes.
That's the impact I want to leave in the world. And And I would say I want to be remembered as someone that has made people feel good about themselves. What it boils down to, right? It's sexual wellness, sexual confidence, passionate relationship. All of that is about feeling good about yourself, showing up as your true self, and live a passionate life.
Oh, I wanted to ask one more question before we do 10 quickies. So how are you going to celebrate 2 million followers? Because that's going to happen, right, Adam? Yes. Yes. 2 million. Easy.
How will I celebrate 2 million followers?
Yeah.
Well, first, give Adam a bonus check. Then I want to gift my followers something. So I'm going to think about that. I'm going to think about a gifting campaign. And then I'm going to have multiple orgasms.
Hell yeah. Have an orgasmic day 2 million times.
Have an orgasmic day.
Amazing. Love it. Okay, let's end off with 10 quickies with Dr. Tara. Are you ready?
Hell yeah.
All right, what's your favorite color?
Pink.
What's your favorite sexual position? I know this, we're going to say it at the same time.
Doggy.
Ah! Vibrator or dildo?
Vibrator.
Favorite food?
Thai.
Of course. Favorite movie?
Ooh. Legally Blonde.
Oh, that's so you.
It has to be. It has to be iconic.
Yes, absolutely. That's so you. That's literally so you. Where is your happy place?
With Brent.
Oh. I wonder.
You can kill me.
I wonder if people are like
Throwing up.
Just a little bit, just like, oh my god, they're so cute. It's disgusting. Celebrity you would like to fuck?
Ooh, Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh my god, she's so hot. Her ass is
Tina Snow, what's up?
She's so cute. Next place you want to travel?
Ooh, I would like to travel to Amsterdam and go to one of those sex parties.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like so much fun. Dang, would you go with Brent or by yourself?
Together.
Nice.
Yeah.
What book are you reading right now?
I am reading Tell Me What You Want,
What is-
Sexual Fantasies
Cool.
by Dr. Justin Lemiller.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Unapologetic, fun, sexual.
I love it. Yay! That's
Yay!
our interview. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
That was. You're so good.
You did fabulous.
And that's a wrap. Have an orgasmic day. I'm all about being sexual and in the moment. This is why I orgasmically recommend the Pulse Warming System. Pulse dispenses warm lube with just a swipe of your hand so you can get right back to action, which my partner and I really love. So toss that sticky lube bottle and get the Pulse Warming System today. Check out the link and discount code in this episode's description and have an orgasmic play.
Thanks for listening. This was Love Bites. Love Bites. By Dr. Tara. Follow Dr. Tara on social media at lovebites.co. Have an orgasmic day.